The Fort Restaurant in historic Morrison is a picturesque and tasty trip through time for sure. The Tesoro Cultural Center is part of the fort that continues to delight visitors with colorful art and exciting events, including the upcoming 14th annual 1830s Rendezvous and Spanish Colonial Art Market. Here with more are Holly Arnold-Kinney, Spanish artist Ron Mira, living historian Chris Swanson, and her model, the very beautiful Gracie Claire. Nice to see all of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Denise.
I can't wait to find out more about what you guys are wearing. It's gorgeous. But Holly, first, why is 1830 so important?
Because that was the year, well, 1833 is when Bent's Fort was founded by William Bent, Al Woman, Charles Bent, and Sir St. Vrain. And our fort is a direct replica of Bent's old fort. So we like to educate the public about that period and have you walk through the gates and go back in time into the 1830s.
And so this is the 14th annual 1830s Rendezvous and Spanish Market. What can we expect?
Well, we've doubled the amount of mountain men interpreters, and these guys and women, mountain men and women, are actual historians, and they have been screened. They fulfill the very authentic work. They must be screened to come in, and we've got mountain man encampments, so they'll teach you how to start a fire with flint and steel, mountain medicine, mountain cooking, and you can walk into their encampment. It'll all be on the same level. You can also commission some of these artists and historians to make a buckskin dress or a buckskin coat, which is the highest fashion this fall.
Absolutely.
And if you go to Vogue magazine, it's all about buckskin and fringe.
It is,
if you want the real deal, these mountain men and women can be commissioned to make a dress for you.
So this is the place to go to get a hold of that. And we're lucky enough to have one of the artists, Ron, joining us today. And you are a wonderful artist, and you've carved so many different things. Tell me how you decided to get into this medium.
Well, I got into it by researching my ancestry. My 7th grade grandfather was Captain Don Bernardo Mira y Pacheco, and he was one of the first Santero artists in New Mexico. So by researching my history and my faith and my culture, that's how I sort of got into it. So
you're representing the Chicano Humanities Arts Council. Why is that such an important partnership for you?
Well, the CHOC, or Chicano Humanities and Art Council, has been around for 38 years, since 1978. And we're fortunate enough this year to be partnering with the Tesoro Foundation up at the fort to show our art and our Santos collection.
What is the most exciting piece that you're going to show this year? Your favorite? My
favorite is a large 3-foot cross that I made. And it came to me in a dream. That's why it's kind of exciting for me.
Oh, you're kidding. Wow, that's magical. That's like a blessing. Like someone was speaking to you.
I think so.
Tell me a little bit more. You have a favorite saint or devotional subject that you carved. Is that the cross?
My favorite subject is Santiago. That's this guy right up here.
Okay.
That's St. James the Greater, and he's one of my favorite. And
why?
Holly, just because of the history with Santiago. He's the patron saint of Spain and of New Mexico. So he's one of my favorites. And
well, thank you for bringing it here today. It's gorgeous.
Now
let's take a look at our models. As Holly mentioned, buckskin is really hot this year. Let's start with Gracie Claire. If you wouldn't mind walking right in front, show it off, Gracie Claire, what you're wearing today. And, of course, mountain woman Chris Swanson, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'm actually a living historian. I'm a Plains Indian expert. I don't do mountain woman. There's a little bit of a difference.
Okay.
I made both of these dresses. These are both Cheyenne dresses. This is an 1840s style Cheyenne dress. It's decorated with trade beads, and once you turn around, she's got on a nice tack belt.
And what tribe does this represent?
This is Cheyenne.
Okay, very nice.
Yep. A moment ago, Holly mentioned Owl Woman. Owl Woman was a Cheyenne woman who married one of the Bent brothers, and so the Cheyenne were highly associated with Bent's Fort, and that's one of the reasons we're doing this.
How was this made?
This is made.
It takes a lot of colors, right?
That's made out of brain tan leather. Brain tan is the type of leather that the Indians actually used. You look at it; it's a little bit different. It's lighter. It isn't shiny on one side. It's actually soft on both sides. It breathes more like cloth, which makes it very important for clothing.
That's why
in
it was
particular.
a good material.
Absolutely. They they made just about everything out of it. Her dress is, like I said, an 1840s style dress. Mine is an 1870s style dress, cut a little bit differently. The beadwork is a little bit more detailed, smaller beads,
Very
the
talented.
tailoring. Holly is actually wearing a more modern style dress, again, even
Come on
more.
over here,
Yep,
Holly.
come
Show
on
it
over.
off. Show it off.
Also, very detailed and styled, but beautiful beadwork. And so one of the things I'll be doing is describing during our fashion show the difference between tribal differences, stylistic differences, design differences based on materials, white contact, and time frame.
So we can learn a lot. Now, Gracie,
Absolutely.
what do you like best about what you're wearing?
I think the beadwork. I just really think it's amazing, and it always adds beauty.
Is it comfortable?
Very.
Very comfortable. Well, it's very beautiful. Thank you very, very much.
Sure.
Now, Holly, now this is just a sneak peek. What else is going to be there this weekend?
Oh, we're going to have dancing, a fandango dancing, flamenco dancing, music, of course, great food.
Yes.
The concessions are being handled by the Fort Restaurant, so we've got an enchilada suiza and buffalo brats and burgers and a lot of fun food.
So
and
it's a family event.
Oh yeah,
Very nice.
absolutely. All the families can come. Kids can learn how to tomahawk throw a tomahawk.
Wow, how cool. Quickly, I have to ask you this since we're talking about food. The brownies. You brought
The
these great brownies.
are canola. They're a caramel brownie. They're not a chocolate brownie, but they are to die for. You bite into them and you get this buttery caramel flavor. So
You know what? There was a survey that was just released today that people are more happy at work when they get free food. Yay!
well, we had to bring some for
Denise
you.
is happy today. All right. Well, thank you very, very much. And
Thank you.
Wonderful art. Thank you for showcasing it. It's a weekend just full of art, food, and spectacular sights. The 1830s Rendezvous and Spanish Colonial Art Market this Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Fort's Tesoro Cultural Center. Admission, it's free, so bring the entire family. For more, visit this website. It's tesoroculturalcenter.org. You can also call 303-839-1671.